Yo, 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 yo. What up, what up, what up? Checking in right now for the one time. It's your boy, A Dunk, here, Unnecessary Bluntness Sports Talk. You know what day it is, man. It's Winner's Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? You all just know what it is. We do the live stream every Wednesday. You guys gotta slide in. Come on. I'm just gonna wait for everybody to go on in. Come on in, welcome into the house. You know what I'm saying? Take your shoes off. Kick your feet up, man. Make yourself at home. It's another beautiful day on the Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk channel. You know me, man. I'm Aaron Duncan here. And I bring you not what you want to hear, but definitely bring you what you need to hear, man. Rocky Man said he's first checking in, man. Hey, if you're not first, you last. So, you know what I'm saying? You get the crown for today. First one checking in on the live stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome in, everybody. You already know, man. When y'all slide through, go ahead and drop that what up, though, on your way in, man. You know, we got a good Wednesday show. I'm only gonna be here around an hour, man, 45 minutes. I told, you know what I'm saying, maybe an hour, maybe 45 minutes. It depends what it goes on, but I promised myself I'd do an hour. King Cali, what up, though? You know what I'm saying? It's a movement, man. You know what I'm saying? It's Wednesday. Lucas slide in that thing. Know what up, though? You know what I'm saying? Checking in, checking in. I'm on the listen. These live streams, this is like a release for me. I get to connect with y'all. Y'all are my people, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are my people. I appreciate y'all watching the shows, watching the videos, leaving comments, likes. Y'all don't understand how much that stuff means to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go on a little rant. I'm waiting on people to come in, so I'm going on a little rant. If y'all didn't know, some of y'all may know, I started this channel maybe a year afterwards, but it started as a podcast. I did a strictly podcast on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So it will start as a podcast, but I wasn't really getting the feedback and the stuff that I wanted from working on it. So man, I turned it into a YouTube channel. A lot of y'all, some of y'all are people I know. Lucas, I know I know I've known Lucas for a few years, but some of y'all, y'all never. I mean, y'all seen me obviously, but I've never seen y'all, and y'all support, y'all show the love, y'all come through. We chatted up about football. We comment on the videos in the NFL. I appreciate it, man. It really means a lot to your boy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too sentimental, but I appreciate the love. Get out of here already, man. Y'all got me turned up, man. Y'all got me turned up in here. It's week 2. Listen, see, this is how you know that like the NFL is king, because like there's been such a big overreaction to what happened last week, whether it was good or bad for any team, that like people, you can tell that people have just been itching for action. People are already crowning people Super Bowl champs after 1 week of football, and they're putting people in the grave after 1 week of football. Yeah, the Dolphins are garbage, and they put themselves in the grave. I understand that. But the Ravens, hey, I ain't gonna lie. I like Lamar Jackson like the next guy, but I'm not gonna crown him. I mean, I'm not gonna take the throne from the Browns. I'm not gonna take the throne from anybody else in there. And I'm still waiting to see what the Browns got. They did flop. I think everybody was just kind of waiting on the Browns to fail, so they were kind of happy to see them and writing them off. But it's a 16 game season, y'all. Y'all really wrote these guys off of a 1 game. I knew they were gonna struggle. Like I said, I think I had them going 10-6 anyway. So they had to lose a game anyway. Plus, the Titans have a good defense, y'all. Don't get it twisted. The Titans have a good defense. You know what I'm saying? So it is like I'm not really off of anybody. I mean, I'm not really gonna really write anybody off. I'm not crowning anybody off of 1 week. It's 1 week. You know what I'm saying? And we already know how garbage preseason is, and nobody participates in preseason. So, like, why would I crown somebody Super Bowl champ in week 1, or go ahead and say they tanking for Tua after 1 week? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. But I appreciate y'all coming through. Andy Clark said, "Who that?" Y'all got out that game on Monday by the skin of y'all teeth. You know what I'm saying? And y'all got y'all one. You know what I'm saying? Deshaun, he really Deshaun did what he could, man. I feel bad for that man. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot for his team, but that defense let him down, yo. I mean, I don't understand what kind of play calling you doing where you just letting these dudes. You know, he should have known that like they weren't going to do anything but throw a hitch route, let Ted Ginn catch a wide open hitch route, and Will Lutz inside the dome for 58 yards. I mean, come on, bro. Like, you can kind of see it coming. I mean, who would have thought that, like, I mean, who would have thought? We knew that. I mean, 37 seconds with a timeout is a lot of time, you know what I'm saying, for Drew Brees. But It is what it is. Hey, Annie, we ain't talking about the Panthers yet. We talking about y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to swing that back on me. We talking about the Saints right now. Don't try to point the finger back at me. You know what I'm saying? So we out there. We gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be all right. So, but nah, I mean, 37 seconds of the timeout, needing a field goal. It's a lot of time. The only thing I did not like about the Mondays game, I didn't really care about the outcome. I'm not gonna lie. I bet money on the Saints to win. So I'm happy, obviously, but the only thing that bothered me was these people was wearing referee jerseys, Foot Locker uniforms in the stands. They really came out. I don't know where they got all these jerseys from. Like, where did y'all buy this? Did y'all go to Party City and get these referee stripes from? Like, where did y'all go and get these stuffs at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Where did they get these stripes from? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. But at the same time, it was funny. But I didn't like how the referees messed up some stuff and there was some suspect calls in the game. It's really just adding more fuel to the fire for the Saints to complain about the refs. Like, don't give them any more reason to complain, NFL. Like, at least get the little stuff right. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it really bothered me how the way that the refs were acting in that game. But, I mean, it is what it is. Because the more that they keep making bad calls, the Saints going to just keep saying that the NFL just out to get them. And I'm like, nah, refs have been bad since the beginning of time. So I don't think the Saints are getting any special treatment or getting any worse treatment. You know what I'm saying? Like, refs have been bad forever. They're bad in all sports. They're bad in soccer. They're bad in basketball. They're terrible in basketball. Like, if you want to talk about playing favorites, they are terrible in basketball. And they have a way bigger outcome on basketball because they call everything. You know what I'm saying? Guys are acting and all that. But I mean, the refs have been bad since the beginning of the time, man. So I don't want to. I mean, let's gotta give the refs some slack. Like, they're not playing any favorites, in my opinion. But it is what it is. They do BS sometimes. They had a BS call in the Panthers game. I'm not really sure about, but I don't even call it bias. They're just bad. Refs are just bad. Period. But it is what it is. Donald Clark, man. Donald Clark, I ain't seen you in about a year, man. What's going on, bro? What up, though? You know what I'm saying? It's been a while since you slid through here, man. You always talking that trash about the Saints on here. So I appreciate you sliding through, man. It's been a long time. You know what I'm saying? I'm sweating. I'm not sponsored, but this Body Armor hitting the spot. You know what I'm saying? Strawberry lemonade. It's better than Gatorade. I don't know if y'all heard or not, but it's better than Gatorade. But now that some people done came in, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Of course, y'all saw the title. Y'all heard the news that dropped last night. Let me just go over the agenda. The agenda for today, we're going to talk about Antonio Brown. We're going to talk about the Pats and the Warriors. People are saying, like, Pats and the Warriors are like the same team, and the NFL's turning into the NBA because you know who's going to win. We're going to talk about what I'm looking forward to this weekend of football. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, the game-by-game predictions. I got the spreads pulled up right now. I don't know how I did last week, but maybe I'll write it down. But I don't know how I did last week. But I got them. We're going over them. Of course, I'm going to get y'all predictions as I go through them. And any kind of miscellaneous questions and stuff y'all want to ask, I'll go over at the end. So you already know what time it is, man. But let's get into it, man. You say he's still out with the Gatorade. I see. I appreciate the loyalty. You know what I'm saying? But this Body Armor hit the spot, bro. It tastes like real fruit. Gatorade only good when you're tired. You know what I'm saying? It's like super sweet when you're tired. But Body Armor is good all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? Powerade the same way. But let's go ahead, man. Y'all on the Body Armor wave. I see. Yeah, y'all hip. But all right. So unless you've been living under a rock the past 24 hours, you know that Antonio Brown signed with the Pats, and you know these sexual assault and rape allegations have come out recently. Obviously, it dropped online. I think I got a notification from ESPN, but Twitter was going crazy. Like, I don't know. I don't really tweet that much, but I just know that Twitter has the most up-to-date sports information when it comes to getting that stuff, because sometimes these guys, when they have to drop this information on these apps, they got to type it up, proofread it, make sure everything's correct before they drop it. Twitter is when you get the raw and uncut stuff. People just type in them couple hundred characters, throw the link in there, throw the screenshots, boom, drop it. So I'm on Twitter, and I see this stuff coming out. I'm like, damn, I get the notification. I'm like, oh, this is wild. Like, first thing I'm thinking is, okay, what's going on here? Like who is the girl? Like what's the whole situation? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the first thing I'm thinking. Like the timing, like the first thing I'm thinking about is the timing is just so crazy. I know people are pissed about him finessing his way out of Pittsburgh and Oakland and going to the Pats when the Pats already destroyed the Steelers 33-3. Like they really don't need to add fire to the flame when they got weapons on weapons, but they did trade Demaryius Thomas. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the timing is crazy. See, I mean, Andy Clark, that's why I like that we got a female on here, so I like to get your perspective, Andy Clark. You said she's in it for the money. Like I said, I think so too, but I don't want to be too insensitive about it. But at the same time, like I said, Andy Clark, I appreciate a female's perspective on it because the timing just seems weird. Like talking to Drew Rosenhaus, his agent on NFL Live or SportsCenter, whatever, he said that they were expecting this to come down the pipeline. So this tells me that there had been some back and forth, some things been talked about already behind the scenes and going on. The details I've heard, I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but she's accusing that he is sexually assaulted her on 3 different occasions. The details are a little explicit. I'm not gonna go into it. I know I got some kids on the live stream, probably some family. I'm not gonna go into if you want the details, you can look it up yourself. But on those 3 separate, it just seems weird to me that it happened 3 separate occasions that you claim this is what happened, but the police were never informed. You came back around to your to the guy that victimized you. Not to mention you had been posting him on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. Like you post the pictures on Instagram, and it just seems like you're doing it for clout or you're doing it for money. I mean, I'm not gonna say either way because the thing about it is it's crazy how stuff Antonio Bryant is like. Man, Antonio Brown, excuse me, not Bryant. Antonio Brown is only he was the most hated guy about 24 to 48 hours ago. Now, even as bad as he has been, people are still taking his side of saying, like, come on, this sounds fishy. Like, that lets you know this is a more serious matter than just football. Because all the people that was like, man, and all people that were just like, I'm tired of Antonio Brown, he's a headache, he's selfish, he's a clown, whatever you want to call about him. They're like, bro, this doesn't sound right. Like, this isn't right. Like, whatever. So he's saying that he's fighting this for athletes everywhere. He's saying that he's going to countersue, which I agree with. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, if anything, if you countersue and you win, you're not just paying a settlement to make it go away. Because we all know that when you pay a settlement, it makes you look guilty, regardless if you did anything or not. Yes, it makes it go away quick, but at the end of the day, if this is the case and that's what she wanted, you kind of let her win. She wanted money in the first place, and like you alluded to, she filed a civil suit, but there's not a criminal case going on. Like she didn't go to the police, and I don't know, man. Like it's just weird that the order operates, and then according to ESPN, it's not irregular. It's not irregular for people to go file a civil suit first before going to the police. And okay, so that's cool. But the police it's not like the police have been informed at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's just weird. Like I don't know. They're trying to. I don't know if they're just trying to ruffle some feathers to get money out of him. Was it the timing just that because they want the Patriots to get rid of him? We don't know for sure if the Patriots were even aware. Drew Rosenhaus said that he was aware, but when they asked him if the Patriots knew, he said he couldn't comment on it. He wasn't gonna really throw them under the bus like that. To me, we've seen what happened with their owner Robert Kraft. He's guilty. Like there's no doubt that he's guilty. They got this man on tape. They got the DNA. They got him going there frequently. You know what I'm saying? So it just they got him, but nothing has happened to him. He got off pretty easy with the cops. The NFL has done nothing. They have suspended or whatever. So that's one of the main reasons why people really don't like the Patriots. They feel like they get away with everything and they get slaps on the wrist for doing crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hell, they even got Patrick Chung on their team who had a drug charge pending. He indicted for a drug charge, but he's on the team. He played Sunday night against the Steelers. He made plays. Like this dude made plays. He's been a long time Patriot. I mean, he probably has easily 3 to 4 rings. He's been there a while. I remember Patrick Chung in college playing at Oregon. I think he played with Jonathan Stewart back in the day too with that squad. But it's It's a lot of stuff going on around this organization that they kind of look over or let slide, and people kind of get the wrong idea, and they kind of don't like it about them. They feel like they toe the line, and sometimes they cross the line, and they feel like the NFL kind of lets them get away with it and do what they want. I understand that, but I don't know. They've been good for about 20 years. They've been good since I've been into football. You know what I'm saying? So I used to hate Tom Brady. After a while, like I don't have enough hate in my heart to hate for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have enough hate in my heart to dislike that man for that long. Like I ran out of hate probably about 10, 11 years ago for Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? I was pissed. They beat the Panthers in the Super Bowl with a field goal, and that was just whatever. But after a while, I ran out of hate. I can't. I had nothing to really hate on them for anymore. So that's why I'm kind of confused of why a lot of people hate them so much. Because I mean, they've been good too long. You might as well just let it burn out. Tom Brady will be done in 3 or 4 years, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But this Antonio Brown situation, it's tough. Just because this whole the Me Too movement and the stuff that's been going on, like you want to respect and make you definitely want to you don't want to bury you don't want to bury Antonio Brown, but you also don't want to discount the victim off rip without hearing anything. But the details are crazy. He's talking about that even after the incidents happened, that she talked about that she still came to the club with them a few times with him and his friends. Like she came over willingly. She flew herself out to his crib on her own, and she hasn't really come back with much yet besides her allegations and lawsuits. So we'll see. But she's put herself on the front line, and that's the weird thing about it too. A lot of times these victims they kind of leave their identity hidden until the trial or whatever. Sometimes they don't even come out. But at the same time, she was a gymnast. She had been trying to be a trainer, trying to have a gym. Um, it's crazy, but like that's a great point. And like the difference between the Me Too movement and this is they went to the police. Granted, how late it was. I mean, granted, this girl she came and looked. I mean, it's been a year, but she's come a lot sooner than some of these other girls from the Me Too movement that you've seen sometimes. But the timing is still just weird. It's like right before he was about to have his first practice, she didn't go to the police. She tried to, according to him, she tried to get money out of him in the first place. So the details was that she's a trainer. She was trying to get a gym. She wanted was a couple days after he became the highest paid receiver with the Steelers. She came to him asking for $1.6 million investment. But apparently she had, according to Antonio Brown, she has $30,000 in IRS debt. And then they tried to get him to buy a $300,000 facility that her and her mom already knew. I mean, already owned. So basically, if they owned it and she wanted him to buy it, that means they would pocket that $300,000. I mean, he just was like whatever, but she was still kind of coming around him for clout. Like she had been posting him on the internet for clout, all this and that. So it's tough, man. So I don't know, but to me, what should the Patriots do? If I'm the Patriots, I'm just going on business. I'm letting the NFL do what they need to do. If the NFL wants to put him on a commissioner list, do so. But if not, I'm letting this man practice. I'm letting this man do whatever and put him on the field. You know what I'm saying? The Patriots gotten away with worse, clearly, like I said, with Patrick Chung and what's it called? And Robert Kraft with the prostitution and human trafficking stuff. So I mean, until the NFL wants to make their move, you know what I'm saying? I'll let them. I let the NFL handle it, and I let Antonio Brown practice because you never know what the timeline on this will be. It's civil, so I don't know. It's tough, but we can move on. Kid Skitty, what's up, man? I know you've been. It's football season for some of y'all. I know a lot of y'all in school. Y'all play ball, man. Hope the season been going good for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all boys get balling out. You know what I'm saying? But we're talking pro ball, so make sure you guys get a video thumbs up too. I appreciate all y'all tuning in. Um, it's hot in here, man. I'm in the office. It's hot. I have these lights on me. It's hot. Um, but my next thing on the agenda is talking about the Pats as a whole. You know, I already talked about how people don't like the Patriots because they're so good. We don't. The thing about football and basketball is a difference. You know what I'm saying? People are comparing them to the Warriors. People are saying who's the bigger snake, Kevin Durant or Antonio Brown, for joining these winning teams or joining teams that don't really need them. They just riding the coattail. And I think these situations are completely different. Um, I really didn't have a problem with Kevin Durant doing what he did just because he just won up what LeBron did. LeBron kind of set the precedent like he does with a lot of stuff. LeBron is a trailblazer in the league. A lot of stuff that happens, LeBron has a lot of power, so he can get away with it. So I just think that Kevin Durant pretty much just took what LeBron did and one upped it. When you talk about Antonio Brown, though, Antonio Brown, football players do not have nearly the same power that NBA players do when it comes to driving the league and one player moving to another team and really changing the whole outcome of how the season is going to go. You already know that one player can't win the team. I mean, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick are the X factors for the Patriots, but we've seen them get beat by Eli Manning in the Super Bowl. We've seen them get beat in the playoffs by Von Miller and them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. One player can the quarterback is the most important position in football, but it does like one player cannot change the outcome of a whole. So like adding one player can't. An injury, yeah, because you're not really worried about. I mean, you're counting on the guy being healthy. You know what I'm saying? But adding one player, no matter how good he is, will not win a team a Super Bowl. Like so much stuff has to go right for you to win a Super Bowl. You got to stay healthy. Your line has to be good. People actually have to execute and make plays. Like, and there's 22 people that play on the field. One guy can't play both sides of the ball like in NBA. You got to have good coaching. The coaches have to call good plays. But like I said, the most important thing is health. Like football is such a violent sport that so much stuff you have to almost get lucky. Like the best team doesn't always win in NFL. You know what I'm saying? It's a one game and out. Sometimes, like whatever. Like I didn't think that the Broncos were better than the Panthers, but they whooped the Panthers in the Super Bowl. And a lot of people thought the Saints were the best team in the league last year. They didn't win. Like I mean, stuff has to like. It's so many outside factors that one player did not change the fate of the game. So no matter if Antonio Brown pulled the strings and was the puppet master in this, if y'all think he's crazy or y'all think that he's a mad scientist for doing this, I just think that it doesn't matter. One player can't change the Patriots, and typically the Patriots, even though they're always there at the end, they don't always do it with the best players. They do it with nobody. They do it with scrubs. Like we know, I'm not gonna. I mean, I want to talk about color and race, but we know that the NFL is dominated by black athletes. These dudes have a monopoly on most of the white athletes in the league. They're usually not the biggest athletes. They have the Danny Amendolas. They have Julian Edelman, who's a former quarterback. Tom Brady, if you saw him coming out of school, he was unathletic. They got Lance Burkhead. Gronkowski. Gronkowski is a genetic freak, but they do it with scrubs a lot of times. Nobody's. They got dudes that look like Walmart greeters catching passes and catching touchdowns, winning Super Bowls, dog. Like they're not just out here running around like the Monstars dominating. They do it with scrubs and no names, castaways, and they're just playing chess while everybody's playing checkers. The Warriors are pretty much just out talented and outclassed people. Yeah, they have a good collection of talent, and they did it. They had their little run, but it's so much harder to dominate like the Patriots are doing in football because it's so many outside factors. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give credit to what credit is due because it's hard to have one good season, let alone continuously winning Super Bowls and compete for Super Bowls, winning your division. Granted, it helps that the division is garbage, but it's tough to be this good this long. And I've run out of hate for these guys. So I don't know, man. Well, I don't know what you guys want to know, but Andy Clark says Antonio Brown playing the whole thing. He's been wanting to go to the Patriots. I agree 100%. It was just the Raiders just had to be a speed bump on his way to get to where his end destination. You know, Mike Tomlin hates the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? So he was never going to trade the best receiver in the game, arguably, to him. So you already knew that he had to find a way to finesse. We'll never know the answer. Maybe Drew Rosenhaus will tell us at the end of the day, but a lot of people said that. So it is what it is. Kids Kitty want me to talk about fantasy. What you want to know about fantasy, bro? If y'all got any fantasy football questions, let me know. I'm a commissioner in the league, and I do pretty decent. I won at least one league pretty much every year I played fantasy football. I've been playing fantasy football for years. Y'all let me know if y'all got any fantasy football questions. You know what I'm saying? Eric McNeil, what up, though? Um, he said that he's gonna be he said he's gonna be cut. AB's gonna be cut the first time he misses a practice. Hey. Maybe, but I don't think so. Your question about fantasy, when do trades kick in once accepted? I think it's 2 days. So you have to vote. I think they give the league a chance to vote. That way it's not any kind of collusion because sometimes they know they're not going to win their league. So they may try to pile on with another guy like, hey, if I give you all my good players, can we split the money that we win or split the championship that we win? So they may try to trade like somebody that's on injured reserve for a superstar. You know what I'm saying? I've had that happen in one of my leagues before. I had something like that come up recently in my league now. Somebody traded Darius Geis, the Redskins running back that's hurt, for Matt Ryan. And I don't understand. Like, that really doesn't make any sense. Because the guy already had Adrian Peterson, too. I'm like, why would you trade an injured running back for Matt Ryan? Like, Matt Ryan didn't play great last week, but Matt Ryan scores a lot more points than an injured running back. So it is what it is. But what am I looking forward to the most this week in football? The first thing is I want to see how the Steelers bounce back. Like I said, I told y'all before on the live stream, if y'all been paying attention, y'all know that I'm very skeptical of Juju Smith-Schuster. I don't think he's that good of a wide receiver. He's a good complimentary piece, but all the attention's going to be on him. And we saw what happened on Sunday night. He was pretty much locked down. Stephon Gilmore put that man on punishment. You know what I'm saying? Put the handcuffs on that guy. And it's different. That thing, that wide receiver position hit a little different when you're the only guy that's catching passes like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was Juju caught that clamp. I mean, a lot of people like Juju because he has a social media presence. He always doing these pranks and stuff like that. And it just is what it is. But we saw Big Ben ain't that good of a quarterback without AB2. Now, running game looked a little bit different. And it's clear that the Patriots are still the big brother to the Steelers. I told y'all that it's a big bro, little bro thing, and the Patriots just will always have their number. Like, this just, they're never going to be able to do it. And like I said, I don't believe in Big Ben. I don't believe in Juju like that. James Conner, he can put up numbers, but he ain't Le'Veon. Like I said, that offense hit a little bit different when you ain't got no superstars on it, so it's a little bit different. Andy Clark says Juju wasn't that good and Big Ben was rusty. Exactly. I mean, a lot of people were rusty, honestly. Aaron Rodgers was rusty. Mitch Trubisky, I don't even know if you want to call that rusty. He may just not even be that good. I don't know if y'all remember last Thursday. It's been a week, so it feels like it's a long time from now. But Aaron Rodgers wasn't that solid either against the Bears defense. And Mitch Trubisky looks like a liability. Like, he's handicapping that whole team. You know what I'm saying? Donald Clark said Juju's a 2, not a 1. Me too. I agree. You know what I'm saying? They thought they were addition by subtraction, and that ain't the way it worked. You see why AB was such a headache. People still want him on the field. You need that number one receiver when you got a guy that's that good. You do what you got to do to keep him. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Dirtbag Don? Sliding through, checking in. And because yeah, some of the games are not entertaining. Yeah, I mean, the NFL got to figure this out, man, because everybody's scared of that preseason. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to play, but that rustiness. That rust is real. You know what I'm saying? That rhythm, that thing is a little bit different when you're in the game, when people are actually trying to take your head off versus practice, when everybody's trying to practice a little bit of restraint because they're not trying to hurt each other. You know what I'm saying? It's different when that other color jersey that jersey is a different color that you're going against. So they got to figure it out because the product on the field is what matters. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. But I will say that I can agree that game was pretty entertaining. The Saints and the Texans game was pretty entertaining. That was probably one of the best quarterback matchups of the week too. So that's probably, I mean, that's what happens. You have two good quarterbacks going against each other, you're gonna get a good product. You know what I'm saying? Neither one of the defenses were dominant or great, so it makes a recipe for a good game of back and forth. And it came down to the wire. I mean, everybody talked about it, Arizona and Detroit game being close, but I know I wasn't watching that. I wasn't about to watch that. I don't like Matt Stafford, Kyler Murray. I'm not really sold on him yet. I'm definitely not gonna be on the edge of my seat watching that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So Lucas asks, how do you feel about the rookie wide receiver putting up mean numbers in some second year? Yeah, we talked about DK Metcalf. Somebody asked me, I can't remember who it was. Somebody asked me, what did I think DK was going to be like? I said I wasn't sure. He had some decent numbers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie. But Hollywood Brown, hey, I don't know what y'all did. I guess he was mad about how y'all treated his cousin, Antonio Brown, which I was talking about him. But Hollywood showed out. Hollywood Brown, you know what I'm saying? He is fast. He's a deep threat. He's fast. The Dolphins really didn't want to be out there. It was hot. Lamar Jackson was looking like, I don't even know. He was looking like an MVP caliber guy. It looked like target practice to me, bro. Anybody can throw a rock in the ocean. When you got wide open wide receivers like that that's running by themselves, all you got to do is just don't miss a layup. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, anybody can throw a rock in the ocean. You can't miss. You know what I'm saying? So, And it is what it is. But Lamar Ball, I'm happy for him because I hate when they write these dudes off like that before they even give them a chance. Like they put these dudes in a bubble, calling them running backs or whatever. Some of these quarterbacks, some of these black quarterbacks, they put them in a bubble. Like they don't give them a chance, bro. Like give these dudes a chance, man. Like it is what it is. Who else? Hawkinson. He's not a receiver, but Hawkinson had a good game. The tight end, he balled out. I think he'll continue to do that because I don't like Kenny Galladay in Detroit like that. And Matt Stafford, he's gonna throw that tight end, man. If he's there, Matt Stafford's gonna throw to the tight end. So we'll see. I mean, that was one of the first. Probably one of the best. I think it was the best rookie tight end performance in league history. He balled out. You know what I'm saying? You know, him and Noah Fant both came out of Iowa this past year. He balled out. Who else am I missing? They had a good game. Rookie wide receiver. Who am I missing? Y'all remind me if I missed any rookie wide receivers. But they did put up a good game. I mean, that was a good thing. I want to see if they can do it again. You know what I'm saying? I want to see if Lamar can do it again. Annie Clark said she had palpitations all through the game, but it was good. Listen, palpitations is a funny word to me. I don't know why. It's just funny to pronounce. But it's fun. It's funny. But the only entertaining game, okay. Eric McNeil said he liked Washington better because of the deep threat. Washington is straight, but listen, you need that number one wide receiver, and there's a lot of pressure on Juju to be that guy. So, hey, you got to make it happen. Eric McNeil has a question. Do I think Baltimore is that good, or is it just because they play the Dolphins? I don't think, like I always say, look, it's week one. So you got to put stuff into perspective. You know what I'm saying? Think about all things considered when you want to judge these guys. You can't write anybody off, or you can't call anybody Super Bowl champion week one. The Ravens, we knew they were going to have a good defense. They had one of the top defenses in the league for most of the season last year, if not number one. You know what I'm saying? So we knew that was going to be better. And they got what's it called? Earl Thomas added to the defense. So you knew they were going to be improved and better. Now, Lamar Jackson, there were questions there, but they've tailored the offense actually around him. This dude can flick his wrist and throw the ball 50, 60 yards. That one deep ball he threw to Hollywood was beautiful. Like, he didn't even have to step into it. It was really the flick of the wrist. He dropped that thing in the bucket, like I said, 50 yards down the field. You know what I'm saying? It was nice to watch. And like I said, I was happy for him, but I don't think the Ravens are as good as they look, and I don't think the Dolphins are as bad as they look either. Now, the Dolphins are a 19-point underdog to the Patriots this Sunday. I will talk about this a little bit more in the predictions, but 19 points is a lot in the NFL. Like that, everybody. This is not college football. Everybody gets paid. Everybody gets paid like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes have pride still. Even if they want to get traded, people still have pride. There's still grown men out there. It still is what it is. So that may be a trap game. You know, the Dolphins, it's hot down there in South Beach. The Patriots always play bad down there, so we'll see what happens. We'll talk about that more in the prediction. The brown bag says it's just me, or did Cam look off? Yeah, Cam was off Sunday. I think I said in the comments that they need to let Cam run on some design runs. Like, trying to take away Cam's legs is a waste of time. The day that Cam Newton cannot run, people like to say, oh, Cam's only a good quarterback because he can run. Duh, like, that's part of the game. Like, I don't understand why people don't really get the purpose of a dual threat quarterback. It's called dual threat because he has two threats. He's a multiple threat on the field. The day that Cam Newton can no longer run the football is the day that he needs to retire. No day sooner. I do not want Cam Newton to play. I don't want a pocket strong Cam Newton to play football for the Carolina Panthers. That's not it. His legs are his edge. If he's not running, nobody's worried about that like that. Yeah, his accuracy is not where it needs to be. It probably never will, but it's good enough. It's been good enough to get him to the mountaintop before. You know what I'm saying? He didn't throw 60% when we went to the Super Bowl, but he was running. He ran for 10 touchdowns, and a third of his legs sets up everything else, man. Like, the legs set up wide open wide receivers. That way, he has a lot more room for error. So I'm not really concerned about that. They just got to cut the reins off to let this man run. But he definitely was off. He was rusty. Like I said, everybody else was rusty. Everybody wants to say that, oh, it was pissing me off about them talking about Cam not throwing downfield. Like, nobody talks about Nobody talks about Tom Brady when he throws these checkdowns to his running backs. When he threw to James White in the Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? James White had 13 receptions when they came back on the Falcons in 28-3. James White had like 12 or 13 receptions. Nobody was talking about Tom Brady when he did that. You know what I'm saying? Drew Brees. He only threw one pass beyond 20 yards on Monday. That wasn't headline news for Drew Brees. You know what I'm saying? So what's the point? Like, you could be an efficient quarterback without throwing deep. Nobody's going to question how good Drew Brees is. Nobody's going to, well, they have been questioning, but nobody's going to question how good Tom Brady is. Dak Prescott was dinking and dacking around, whatever. So it kills me the type of stuff that they pull up, just be digging and reaching for stuff. I mean, Cam does bring a lot of stuff on himself because he puts himself out there, but it still bothers me. But it is what it is. Danny Clark said the only thing Dak was that good because he didn't get any pressure and the Giants are bad. Exactly. Like, listen, these Cowboy fans, I don't think I have any Cowboys fans subscribed to the channel, so I can go in on them. But these Cowboy fans, they overreact to everything. You want to talk about faith? Like, if I need some friends around me that believe in me the way the Cowboys fans believe in their team. Like, because if that's the case, I could probably take over the world because these people are so delusional. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's so delusional. Like, the Cowboys, it doesn't matter if they play in the school of the deaf and blind or anything. Like, whatever they do is going to be magnified times 10. And I can't believe that them versus the Giants was the game of the week. I was so mad they had it on the 4 o'clock slot. I came home from watching the Panthers game. I wanted to watch anything but that. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, bruh, we really got to watch the Giants versus the Cowboys. Y'all really think this is about to be a good game? Like, I know we like to see Saquon, and I know it's all the headlines, but I don't want to see this blowout. How is the game of the week if it's a blowout? I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Eli Manning. He's garbage. They don't have any wide receivers. I don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about Dak Prescott. I don't care about Zeke. I don't care about that. We know the Cowboys not gonna win the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? We don't care about that. We don't want to see that. Fox, y'all gotta do better, man, with these 4 o'clock games. Keep putting them on. Like, y'all gotta. Dak Prescott did good for the circumstances. I mean, the numbers were awesome. 405 yards. That's crazy. But I feel like he'll be back to averaging 200 something yards passing the game like he normally is. You know what I'm saying? I still think that he heavily needs his running game and a good wide receiver out there to be able to do anything, and a great O line. Like the circumstances can't be any better for Dak Prescott to succeed. You know what I'm saying? So I like nobody really has such a like it's really laid out for him. Like, he literally, they gave him the keys and just tell him, here, Dak, don't mess it up. You know what I'm saying? This is a rental car. We gotta give you a luxury car. Don't mess it up. You know what I'm saying? You got a good number one wide receiver. You got one of the best running backs in the league. You got probably the best O line in the league. And a good deep, like, bro, there's literally nothing for Dak to do but just to show up and don't mess up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not paying you $40 million to manage and to not mess. I'm not paying you $40 million to not mess up. That's not what we're paying quarterbacks for. You know what I'm saying? It seems like y'all talk, y'all somehow you never been a Dak fan or whatever, but what's up, cuz? My cousin on this thing, Evan, said they beat up on the Giants. Yeah, they beat up on the Giants, but a lot of people gonna beat up on the Giants this year. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people saying he hides behind that O line. Eduardo, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, that we're gonna see. They got the Redskins this week, so we're gonna have to put up with a lot more hype for another week because they're gonna kill these guys too. But the Redskins looked good last week versus the Eagles, so you know what I'm saying. It is what it is on that tip. But what else am I looking forward to? The Vikings versus the Packers will be a good matchup. You know what I'm saying? I've been praising the graces of Kirk Cousins for the past few years. A lot of y'all laugh at me and talk about me because y'all don't believe in Kirk. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? But I think Kirk will have a good year. I think the Vikings will be back this year. They'll be good. You know what I'm saying? But they're going to Lambeau, taking on the Packers. The Packers are a 3-point favorite. Like I said, I'll go into the details of the prediction, but it'll be good to see. Aaron Rodgers was rusty last week, but he was playing a great defense. But this defense is good also. We know Mike Zimmer's been able to give Aaron Rodgers some trouble, and we remember the whole collarbone thing where they injured Aaron Rodgers in that game a couple years ago. So they do a little thing against they do their thing against them. You know what I'm saying? Um, but that'll be a pretty good game to me. We'll see how Aaron Rodgers comes out. What I'm saying? The defense is not as good as the Bears, in my opinion, but the Vikings ain't nothing to sneeze at. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But the story was the Packers defense. Like I said, I think I told Lucas before on Instagram, like the Packers, their defense is not as good as it seemed. And because the Bears, Mr. Trubisky ain't it, dog. Like he ain't it. They really traded up for this man. The thing about the Bears, I feel bad for the Bears because they have Mitch Trubisky. They traded so many. I don't feel bad. They passed on some guys that didn't have to. But the thing about it is, they got Mitch Trubisky. They traded up to get those picks, gave away some first round picks to move up to get this guy. This guy only had 10, 11 starts in college. When does this ever work out for anybody? Mark Sanchez had 10 or 11 starts in college too, and they were pretty good. But what happened? His NFL career. He just retired. His career backup, garbage, butt fumble, stuff like that. Like these guys, they drafted some of these guys that aren't really successful. They don't have that much experience from college, and they're giving them the keys to these franchises. Trubisky ain't it. Can the defense carry them? I don't know, but like when you can't run anything but curls and dump out and running plays, it's tough, man. Like those trick plays were cool last year, being all creative with Tariq Cohen, but once the cat's out the bag, everybody kind of knows what to expect, and it gets tough. Sometimes you got to just line up and be able to play football, and Mitch Trubisky has really struggled with that. What do they do going forward? Because they gave away a bunch of draft picks for Khalil Mack. They gave away a bunch of draft picks for Trubisky. So it's hard to find good quarterbacks in free agency, and they really don't have much ammo to trade. They're going to have to get ammo to get a new quarterback. They're going to have to trade one of those good defensive players they got. Eddie Jackson and Khalil Mack definitely not going nowhere. Hicks probably not going nowhere. They got Roquan Smith. He's a young guy. I don't know what they do, man. They kind of stuck in the hard place about trying to find where to go from the quarterback position. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see how that division shakes out. It's going to be a pretty good race in that division. But we bumping right now. We got, what, 15 people on? Y'all go ahead and get a video thumbs up while y'all at it. You know what I'm saying? While I got y'all here. Oh, 16. Matter of fact, y'all get a video thumbs up. I appreciate it. We got some old faces. Donald Clark checking in. You know what I'm saying? Donald Clark, he stuck on the trash last year on my live streams last year, man. So I'm glad he's back, you know what I'm saying, bringing some life to it. You know what I'm saying? Donald Clark, Saints and Rams game of the week. I can't argue, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I can't argue about that. Everybody going to have all eyes on that game. The revenge factor is real. It is in LA. Not that it matters because we know that LA fans, they aren't loyal. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure the Saints fans will probably travel half decent. There's probably some Saints fans that live in LA. You know what I'm saying? So the crowd's probably going to be half and half. I will give my prediction in a few. But that revenge game going to be real. I feel sorry. I feel sorry for the referees that are reffing this game because it's going to be hell on earth going on. And don't mess up anything because you will not make it home probably because do not mess this up if it's I'm watching just to see how the game's going to be refereed. That's what all I want to see. Like sometimes these refs call for too many plays and it feels like they want to get all the attention. But I'm just going to be watching just to see who the refs are, how they do, and what's going to go on. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Evan said, what I think about AB going to the Pats. Hey, man, you got to rewind, man. I had a whole 20-minute spill talking about AB and stuff, man. So you got to rewind, man. 8:30 when the live stream starts. So if you want to catch everything, you need to go to the beginning or catch it at 8:30, you know what I'm saying? But you can go back to the beginning. We had a whole little spill talking about the allegations, talking about him going to the Pats and all like that. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good game. And Clark said 97% Saints fans going to be there. Hey, 97% is a lot. However, I doubt it. It's going to be a lot of, YG. YG going to be there on the sideline with the bandana on there, you know what I'm saying? Him and the Bloods. Is he a Blood or a Crip? I don't know. But they're going to be out there in full effect. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure LeBron going to be out there. LeBron, the biggest bandwagon in sports, you know what I'm saying? LeBron James gonna be on the sideline, YG gonna be there, Snoop probably gonna be there, you know what I'm saying? All the Hollywood stars gonna be there, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a crazy game to watch. I'm ready for it too, you know what I'm saying? Because my team play Thursday, so I gotta sit back, kick my feet up on Sunday and find all the stuff. My My auntie on here too. Hey, Aunt Jan. My aunt's on here too. So I got the fam on here. Got some yeah, it's a family affair on here. Evan says Snoop gonna be fading. Yeah, you know Snoop gonna be out there mad. It's still like Steelers, but whatever. All right, man. It's time to get into the predictions. I got a lot of games to get into. I only said I was gonna be here on an hour, and I got what? 15 minutes? Let's see if I can get into it. I'm talking about this stuff. Tampa Bay at Carolina tomorrow's game. It's a 7-point spread. Carolina's 7-point favorite. I like Carolina -7. Jameis, 3 interceptions last week. One wasn't his fault. I already talked about that. One was a high pass, but the Bucs just look sloppy on offense. Now, their defense is improved, so we'll be anxious to see what's going to go on there. But I like Carolina, man. I like taking that points on them 7 points. That'll be good. I mean, Jameis, 2 pick sixes, bro. You threw a pick on the screen. It's tough. Two other instances where picks got dropped. It could have been 5. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough. And I think Bucs fans are probably sick of it. He's on his last leg. I like the Panthers. I want to pay attention to see how Cam is going to be. Hopefully he improves. Nothing like playing the Tampa Bay Bucs in a home game on a short week to right the ship. This is the time. Christian McCaffrey's going to go crazy this game. So if you got him in fantasy, you won't probably win this week too. He's going to go crazy. He had 40-something points last week. He'll probably do it again. Y'all let me know who y'all think is going to win these games as I go through them. But like I said, I got Carolina. Next up, Seattle at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a 4-point favorite. This spread right here, it's tough. The Seahawks weren't that impressive last week. Of course, they had a comfort behind win against the Bengals, of all people. And nobody thought the Bengals were going to be anything. But the Bengals could be decent. They got a new head coach, obviously. You know what I'm saying? John Ross balled. We thought he was a draft bust, but he balled out. You know what I'm saying? So I like I don't know, man. The Seahawks, I had high hope for them. They kind of disappointed me last week. You know what I'm saying? But Pittsburgh, everybody thinks they're going to bounce back just because how embarrassed they got, and they still think they're good. Seattle was at home last week, so this is a tough pick. I'm going to pick Pittsburgh in this one, man, but actually, no, I'm going Seattle. I got Russell Wilson leading a late drive to win this game. I got Seattle winning this game, man. I can't pick the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't believe in them. I'm not going to get in the benefit of the doubt either, but I like Seattle in this one in the close game. Russell Wilson pulling some magic like he always does. That pisses me off, but I got Russell Wilson pulling some magic late in the game. So like I said, y'all let me know who y'all think going to win these games as I go through them. You know what I'm saying? Next game, we talked about it a little bit. Minnesota at Green Bay. Green Bay is a 3-point favorite. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all picking. Hold on, y'all. Y'all picking the. Y'all picking Steelers to lose. It's gonna be a losing season. Yeah, 0-2. Yeah. I don't like Pittsburgh this year, man. I don't. You know what I'm saying? They thought they were gonna be better off without Le'Veon or whatever, but it's what it is. Minnesota at Green Bay. So, like I said, we talked about how rusty Aaron Rodgers looked last week. I've already gotten into this a little bit. I talked about how I like Kirk Cousins. Minnesota looked great last week versus the Falcons. I think it was just a bad matchup for the Falcons, period, because their O-line isn't good and their DBs aren't that good. So that's a bad recipe when you got that. But Kirk Cousins only passed the ball 10 yards. So I really want to see what Kirk does. I think that the Packers defense is improved, but sorry, Lucas, you my boy. I got to go with the Vikings, man. I think Kirk has a good game here. I think Dalvin Cook keeps it rolling. If Dalvin Cook can stay healthy and keep running that ball, the Vikings can't go far. The defense, we already know what their defense can do. You know what I'm saying? So I like the Vikings in this one on that covering that 3-point spread. Looks like y'all, who y'all like? Y'all like the Vikings, yep, Vikings, yep. Everybody on the Vikings. Everybody, we all agreeing, man. We all agree. We're all on the same page. This one, we ain't going to spend too much time on this one. New England at Miami, 19.5-point favorite. It's probably one of the biggest point spreads in history of the league. You know what I'm saying? 19 points on the road. That's tough. The Pats are going to win, but it's the Pats are going to win. All right. The Pats are going to win. But 19-point spread, that's disrespectful. I'm picking the Dolphins. I'm picking the Dolphins to cover that spread, but I don't think the Pats, the Pats do have a history of playing bad. I see Andy Clark, you saying that. The Pats have a history of playing bad in Miami and South Beach, I don't know, it's because they take them too lightly. They hitting the clubs, they hitting the Ocean Boulevard, you know what I'm saying? They going to live on Sunday before the night before the game. I don't know what they doing that they always play bad down there. I don't know if it's just way too hot for them. They're used to the north climate. I don't know what's going on. But they always play them close at home. And like I said, they lost last time. This would be the crazy true definition of Fitz magic if the Dolphins pull this game out and beat the Pats. I wouldn't be surprised. It's the NFL. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm not surprised at anything really much anymore. This is the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like this is it's just something that it's just something that the NFL like everybody gets paid. You know what I'm saying? These are grown men. They got families to feed. They got kids to feed. That's why I say I can never play in the NFL. I don't have any kids. I mean, I don't have a family to feed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not mean enough to play with some of these dudes. Some of these dudes grew up a lot harder than me. Some of these dudes got kids. Like, if they don't make plays on the field, they can't feed their kids. So everybody, there's a point in time where people have pride. So I think the Dolphins, I think they covered a 19-point spread. That goes without saying. I would not be surprised if they win. But somebody said they should probably simulate this game. If they simulate it, the outcome would probably be the same as going to happen. It's going to look like a video game probably again. If Lamar Jackson can throw for 5 touchdown passes, what you think Tom Brady going to do? And don't let Antonio Brown play. Oh, Lord. And Antonio Brown is from Miami. So, it'll be tough. You know what I'm saying? It looks like everybody, Tevin, my other cousin Tevin's on there too. We got all the Sims on here. Tevin picking the Dolphins. I think he's joking though. Andy Clark said they lost the last game there. None of Clark said the Patriots will embarrass them. And the Dolphins are a train wreck. I don't think they can embarrass them any more than they embarrassed themselves last week. You know what I'm saying? But tanking for Tua, I guess, is the thing that they're talking about. Calvin Griffin sliding through. What's up, man? Ken Kelly said it would be embarrassing. Donald Clark said if the Dolphins beat New England, it would be like Buster Douglas beating Tyson. Hey, listen. You're right, though. That would be the biggest upset maybe in sports history. You know nothing's on the line, but Patriots fans would never hear the end of it if that happened. But no point in talking about this game anymore. It's going to be a blowout most likely. The Cowboys at the Redskins. The Cowboys are a 5.5-point favorite. You know what I'm saying? I'm picking the Cowboys. I don't like the Cowboys. Remember what I told you guys. I don't like them. I think they're overrated. But they got a cakewalk. You know what I'm saying? So the hype train of the Cowboys will continue on. Dak Prescott, don't sleep, though. The Redskins defense is good. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Amari Cooper matched up against Josh Norman. Of course, he had his matchup is Josh Norman. He had a tough week last week against the Eagles. They almost had the Eagles, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's about time to go ahead and get back to the formula and give Zeke the ball 25 times a game. Zeke said last week that he was fatigued and that Dallas Heat got to him in the game. So we'll see if he bounces back. You know, they got that new offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore. He may be trying to be buddy with Dak, so he may want to let Dak take over and throw the ball 1,000,000 times a game. I don't know. I think the formula is simple. Get the ball to Zeke and get out the way. So we'll see. I got the Cowboys winning that game. Ed Clark says she hate the Cowboys, but she think they can win. Tevin said he picking the Cowboys. He has a big week. King Callie said next. He don't even want to talk about it. Evan said Norman's family, he'll bounce back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I said, I agree though. I think their defense is very underrated. They got a good front four. Their secondary with Landon Collins and Josh Norman, they sneaky good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really sold on Case Keenum. He had a decent week last week, but they can let the Eagles come back on them and beat them. But don't be surprised if it's a competitive game. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys have laid an egg before. Landon Collins. Yeah, Landon Collins. What did I say? I don't know what I said. I know I did say Landon. I messed that up. Good catch. Next game, 49ers at Bucks. Man, Bengals. I'm not going to spend too much time. Bengals 2-point favorite. I like the Bengals in this one. I do not like Jimmy Garoppolo whatsoever. He played just as bad, if not worse, than Jameis last week. He did have one good deep ball, but I think Jimmy Garoppolo is the most overrated quarterback in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? But I like the Bengals in this one. 2-point favorite. We'll see what the Red Rifle does. You know what I'm saying? Tevin Coleman is out. Yeah, I got Matt Beretta on my fantasy team. Hopefully he has a big week for me. But because I know Joe Mixon is hurt too. So we'll see if Joe Mixon plays. I got Joe Mixon and Matt Beretta. So I need that's one of the reasons I'm talking about this game. I got fantasy interest. We all got fantasy interest in every team. So that's why fantasy football makes the NFL a lot more interesting because even the scrub teams, you got to root for them a little bit because you might have a good player on their team. But we'll see what Andy Dalton can do. Andy Dalton had the most passing yards in the NFL last week. The Red Rifle, you know what I'm saying? He's in a tough spot too. So we'll see what happens. But I like the Bengals in that one. The Chargers at the Lions. The Chargers are a 3-point favorite. The Chargers had a sneaky, a close game. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people pick the Chargers to win the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Let me backtrack real quick. Y'all talking junk about the Bengals. He said not the red rifle, the red squirt gun. Um, that's funny. AJ Green, yeah, AJ just got his walking boot. So if you got him on your bench, he should be there. Probably I'll give him another 2 or 3 weeks before AJ is back. We'll see what the Bengals can do, man. A lot of people wrote them off in this division, so we'll see. Um, but we'll keep it moving to the back to that Chargers game. I like the Chargers in this one. They've proven like they've proven that they don't need Melvin Gordon. You know what I'm saying? Austin Eckler went beast mode last week. You know what I'm saying? But the Colts played them pretty tough. Jacoby Brissett looked decent. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of people picked the Chargers to win it all, even compete for the division. But I don't like Matt Stafford. I don't like Detroit. I got the Chargers in that one all day. Next game, division rival with the AFC South, the Colts at the Titans. The Titans are a 3-point favorite. This will be a pretty good game, but I don't like the AFC South this week to me, so I probably won't be watching, but I'll be paying attention. Obviously, I have Derrick Henry on my fantasy team. Marcus Mariota's in his contract year. Um, Tennessee Titans got that big time upset win over the Browns. You know what I'm saying? The Colts, they look decent. They played pretty tight against the Chargers. Like I said, the Colts, Jacoby Brissett don't completely write them off. But the Titans have a good defense too. Like the Titans are one of them teams that they don't get much TV time at all. And they have a bunch of people on their defense you probably never heard of. But they actually play decent. In this game, I'll take the Titans, man. I'll take the Titans. They got to keep it rolling. Run the football with Derrick Henry. You know what I'm saying? You see what Austin Eckler could do last week. So keep that ball pounded with him. Get Delaney Walker involved. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Tevin said, "Are the Browns upset level though?" Yeah, I mean it's an upset because everybody thought that the hype was real. So I think if you have the most hype and you play a team with a smaller market like Tennessee, I guess it was an upset. I see your point though. You saying they haven't earned the right to be called for it to be called an upset because they haven't won anything yet. Like I said, I picked them to go 10-6 anyway. I didn't think they were gonna go. Uh, I didn't think they were gonna go undefeated regardless. But it is what it is on that tip. But I think the Browns is still a lot of football left. The Browns will be okay. Anime East checking in. One of my friends is a YouTuber. Y'all check them out if y'all like anime. They do anime reviews and stuff on TV, on shows and stuff like that. Y'all check them out. They sliding through, you know what I'm saying, showing love. I appreciate the love. Everybody looks like they're picking the Titans. Um, yeah, I mean, Taylor said that he picks the Brown to beat the AFC North. I think that's a possibility too. I think I did pick that as my preseason prediction. Real quick, the Cardinals at the Ravens. A lot of people are um, talking about this game because Lamar Jackson versus Kyler Murray, two young dual threat quarterbacks. The Ravens, 13-point home favorites. The hype is real. I would probably take the Cardinals against the spread just because I believe in garbage time. But I think that the Ravens really give Kyler Murray his welcome to the NFL moment because their defense is legit. Legit. You know what I'm saying? So I give I like the Ravens. I don't think they'll beat them by 13 points though. That's crazy to me. Like I said, these double digit spreads. I'm always skeptical of double digit spreads in the NFL, man. Like these guys have too much pride to get killed like this. But I definitely like the Ravens in this one. I want to see if Lamar Jackson can have another good game like that. The Cardinals, their defense, I'm not really sure what their defense has. I know they have like Chandler Jones. No, they don't have Chandler Jones anymore. Chandler Jones is in. No, they do have Chandler Jones. Um, I think. And I know they got Terrell Suggs. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? But I like the Ravens in this one. Excuse me. I like the Ravens in this one. And but it is what it is. So a lot of people be Ravens. Kyler is very poised to be a rookie. Yeah, he's got poise. You know what I'm saying? I think he's very comfortable in that offense they're running. But I do like the Ravens in this matchup. You know what I'm saying? Matt Judon, they got him to people are picking the Ravens. So their O line is trash. It's gonna be tough, man. Like I said, I think the Ravens really give Kyler Murray his welcome to the NFL moment. We'll see how he handles a good, tough defense like that. You know what I'm saying? Detroit, they don't really have a great defense, but we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Um, Tevin says rookie head coach or rookie QB is not a great mix for this week. I agree. You know what I'm saying? Harbaugh is a good coach. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what a vet coach can do against a rookie coach. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a tight match. It'll be a tight matchup. I think they'll come back at the end in garbage time, but I think the Ravens definitely pull this out. I don't think it'll be 13-point spread. Moving on, the Bills at the Giants. Oh my goodness, who makes the who makes the schedule, man? The Bills at the Giants. The bright side is that neither one of these teams have traveled too far because they're both in New York. Is this game even worth picking? I don't know. I'll pick. Somebody said, "Is it a tie?" It's I see a barf emoji. Everybody saying move on. I gotta pick. You never know who watching out here, man. You know what I'm saying? The Bills, 1.5-point favorite. I don't have any fantasy interest in this team either. Could this be a highlight tape type of weekend for Saquon? I don't know. I'm picking the Bills in this one just because I gotta pick something. I'm picking the Bills in this one. Hopefully, we'll see if Josh Allen can bounce back. Eli Manning is garbage. It is what it is. I'll move on since everybody really had a bad reaction to me talking about. Tevin says it's gonna end up in a tie. It'll be 0-0. Hold on, it's gonna end up in a tie. It's gonna end up in a tie. It'll be 0-0. Hold on, what happened? We good? We back? We back? My bad. Something froze my phone. The battery low, so I got to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I stream on my phone, my iPhone. I got this iPhone. Speaking of iPhones, anybody copy that new iPhone 11 Pro or whatever? You know, I got the iPhone Forever program, so I'll probably copy it. We make at least payments anyway on your phone. Your phone's gonna be the same price, so I might as well upgrade. So I'll probably have it. You know, I use my phone so much for YouTube that I kind of got to have a good phone, a good camera. So it's crazy. Samsung. Jesus, y'all still holding on to that? Y'all gotta come over to the dark side, man. Come over to the dark side. You know what I'm saying? Team iPhone will be waiting. We'll be waiting for you. Come on out of the ice age. You know what I'm saying? Donald said old schools. Yeah, exactly. y'all, the only reason to not have an iPhone at this point is y'all just trying to be hard headed. Y'all hard headed. Y'all just don't want to give in to the peer pressure. And I can respect that. But at the same time, y'all gotta swallow y'all pride and let it go. And then Clark says she got the S10 Plus. I'm just like, it's just when you on Instagram and taking these pictures, the pictures look good, but when you get on social media, the pictures are all fuzzy, the stories are all fuzzy, it look like pixelated and stuff like that. Man, y'all then the green bubble, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's a petty rivalry, but y'all just the only reason y'all ain't converted yet is because of peer pressure. You know what I'm saying? And I can respect that. But a couple more matchups left. Let's keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Jacksonville at Houston. Houston is a 9-point favorite. Ooh, I thought it was 7. I guess it moved. Houston is a 9-point favorite coming off that tough loss to the Saints. You know what I'm saying? Jacksonville, we know they lost Nick Foles in 1 week. That sucks. I mean, you pay $20 million to get a quarterback and he gets hurt in the first week. Not his fault. He threw a touchdown on the play he got hurt on, but that's tough, man. That's tough. But I do like that 9-point spread still. I would have took it at 7. I would have been on it all day. But 9 is a lot, but I still have that. King Callis said, Houston, we have a problem. Donald Clark said there's a reason. He said Foles is the reason why that spread is like that. I don't think, the way that I like what I saw from Deshaun last week. I'm not gonna lie, he was pretty tough. I mean, he got beat up. He ran the ball. Newt Hopkins had a monster game too. I like the Texans, man. We'll see if they can make some noise. I don't think they'll go that deep. I think it'll be the same story. Good regular season, one and out in the playoffs. Everybody likes Minshew. Minshew was nice, but you gotta. There's a difference between when a guy comes in and does certain stuff, and then when a team actually has a whole week to game plan for him. NFL defensive coordinators are mad scientists, bro. They catch up to everything. Like, that's why all these scrambling quarterbacks get figured out. That's why the Wildcat got figured out and it kind of fell off the face of the earth. You get these guys an offseason or a couple weeks, they're going to figure you out and they're going to be, you got to figure out a way to adjust and play better. So we'll see. Um, we'll see. Houston O-line going to keep Saxonville in the game. Houston, we have a problem. H-Town, Texans. Tevin says that he thinks the Texans are a close one. I don't think the Jazz can put up points. Not the triple, though. And a triple option, yeah, that's true. He said swallow the points. The game going to be closer than people expect. It's just hard for me to see what reason the game would be close. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to think of any reason why it would be. But the Texans look good, man. They look good. Lucas is picking the Jazz to get the upset, but I like the Texans this year. Like I said, I think it'll be the same thing. The game will be played in Houston. So Houston at home, we'll see. But I like Houston in that game. 9 points is a lot, but I would still take it. I would take that factor. Granted, I think a lot of people are reacting to Foles being hurt and the fact that if Sammy Watkins put up 194, Sammy Watkins, what you think DeAndre Hopkins gonna do? DeAndre Hopkins gonna have a good game, dog. I know it's gonna be him and Jalen Ramsey. It'll be a lot of trash talking, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Lucas says it's gonna be by a field goal, but it is what it is. But we'll keep it moving. Speaking of Kansas City is taking on the Oakland Raiders. I don't know if any of y'all stayed up late to watch that game, but the Raiders, I had to watch just because of the drama. The Raiders right now are a 7.5-point underdog. Derek Carr looked good, man. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a Derek Carr fan, but he definitely looked good. The Chiefs, we already know how good they are, though. I think that this could be a blowout. I don't know if they can score with them. I don't like the Chiefs' defense. Annie Clark said she liked Pat, my homeboy, in this game. I like it, too. You know, Tyreek Hill's going to be out, but they do have Miko Hardeman. Tyreek Hill's going to be out 4 or 5 weeks. Bro, did y'all read what the issues were with Tyreek Hill? Like, they said it was his clavicle, but it's saying, like, his sternum was messed up and, like, it could be some nerve damage and stuff. Like, I didn't know it was that serious. They were talking about nerve damage. I'm like, I didn't know you could do that from hurting your clavicle. So they're saying, like, the way that it broke and he could have nerve. I don't know. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy, but I didn't realize that injury was that serious. But we'll see. Tyreek Hill, they'll miss him a lot. You know, he's fast as all get out. You know, he got that getting away from the cop speed. But they got Miko Hardeman. Miko Hardeman is fast too. And if Sammy Watkins can stay healthy and keep playing like this, he'll be able to hold down the fort until he gets back. I had Travis Kelce on my fantasy team, so that helps a lot having that guy out. But we'll see. I think the Chiefs keep it rolling. I like the Chiefs in this one. We'll see. Y'all say Chiefs O-line is a hell of a lot better than Houston. I agree. Ann Clark likes Pat Mahomes. Tevin picks Kansas City. They're gonna miss him. They're gonna miss Hill though. King Callie says Andy Reid. Donald Clark says pound the rock with Jacobs to keep it close, but the Chiefs prevail. Yeah, I just want to see how good the Chiefs defense actually is. You know what I'm saying? Are they gonna be any better than last year? You know, they got the Honey Badger and Frank Clark. So we'll see. But I like Kansas City in that game. Few more left. The Bears at the Broncos. The Vic Fangio Bowl. Vic Fangio is the head coach of the Broncos, the former defensive coordinator of the Bears. They had them playing great last year. Their defense laid an egg against the Raiders on Monday night, and I want to see what they do. Does Von Miller and Bradley Chubb get after Mitch Trubisky and make it hard for him? Did they get the formula from the Packers on how to stop him? Vic Fangio, he probably saw the formula, like he knows how to stop him because of that. But I don't know. I like the Broncos in this one, man, with the upset, just because I think Vic Fangio has Trubisky's number. He knows about going against him last year. I mean, in practice and stuff, he knows that. But I don't like Mitch Trubisky at all. Like, Joe Flacco is not that great either. but I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. Some of y'all, let me see what y'all picking. Uh, Andy Clark says Bears only because of their defense. Yeah, I agree. They got a good defense. King Cal said he likes his matchup. I think it'll be a good matchup, man. Like I said, I like when those old coaches go against their old teams. Pretty good games like that. Tevin said I don't like what they saw from the Bears in week 1. I think the Broncos, I agree. I didn't like Mitch in week 1. Calvin Griffin said Mitch for MVP with laughing emojis. Yeah, right. King Cali said he going with Chirac. You know what I'm saying? It's Chirac with a Q, not no Chirac with a C and a K. You know what I'm saying? He spelled it wrong. King Cali, you gotta spell it right. Chirac. You know what I'm saying? Tevin said Bears offense is stale. No, I don't like Trubisky, King Cali. To answer your question, like Tevin said, their offense is stale. You can't win off of just throwing curls and trick plays. It's not a recipe for success. Like I said, they used all their trick plays last year. People done caught on. You got to come with more creativity. Andy Reid is a super creative guy. We know that Matt Nagy came from that coaching staff, so they're gonna have to find a way to orchestrate some more stuff. David Montgomery, they thought he was gonna be the man. I think he still is good, but I think they expected a lot more, and their running game was trash last week. Yes, you got to give the Packers defense a lot of credit, but they got to find a way to run the ball. Otherwise, Trubisky is going to be in trouble this year. So, like I said, I like the Broncos in this one, with the former coach getting one up on his former boss. New Orleans at LA. So I know this is what a lot of y'all on the live stream been waiting for. The Saints at the Rams. The Rams house. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe my cousin, he's from South Carolina, but he's a Saints fan. I still don't understand why or when this happened. You know what I'm saying? But that's another story for another day. We'll talk about it at Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever. I don't know how he's a Saints fan. We'll see. But it is what it is. I know a lot of y'all on here are Saints fans. Y'all be here live in full effect. You know what I'm saying? So this game is gonna be a crazy game. You know what I'm saying? This game is gonna be interesting. But like I said before, I want to say this and look at the camera. You know what I'm saying? Just because I might chop this up and put this on Instagram. This Saints versus Rams game, the revenge game. Yes, it's not at the Dome. This is the only saving grace for this game is that it's not at the Mercedes-Benz, because if it was, you saw what these dudes did on Monday night with the referee strikes, the whistles. It was tough. I feel sorry for whoever is putting on them Foot Locker uniforms and refereeing this game on Sunday. You know how much pressure is going to be on this game? Like, you're going to be under such a crazy microscope that anything you do is going to be blown out of proportion, and they're going to think you out to get this team. So I feel sorry for anybody that's got to referee this game. That's why they get paid what they do, but I wouldn't wish this on anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to let you have it. I know it's on the road, so it's going to be some Rams fans mixing in there, but these Saints fans, they're going to be all over the refs this game, and it's going to be crazy. Right now, the Rams are a 2.5-point favorite, but who knows what's going to happen? The Rams did not look good last week at all. Like, I watched they look sloppy. You know what I'm saying? Jared Goff got held to less than 200 yards passing. The Saints, their secondary is Swiss cheese. So this will be a good bounce back game for Jared Goff to do it. But if they start off slow like they did against the Panthers, they'll get blown out in this game. I have no question about that. And granted, I know they traveled to the West Coast, but the Rams, the way they looked last week, I wasn't impressed at all. I mean, the Panthers, they did their best to lose the game, and they did lose, but they only lost by 3 points. The Saints, they squirted one out too, but they played the Texans. Like I said, the secondary is suspect. Eli Apple, suspect. I knew he was suspect when they made the trade, but we'll see. I think that the Saints win this game. I think it's by a touchdown, honestly. I don't think it's that close. I wouldn't be surprised if they blow them out, to be honest. I know the revenge factor can be too big, and it can put a little bit of extra pressure on guys that want to play better, because you want to feel like, oh, we winning this game, we finally suck it to the man or whatever. But you got to realize winning this game is not going to bring back that long call for the playoffs. It's not going to get you that Super Bowl ring that happened. But I still think that the Saints they exercise some demons, And I told you about that black magic that these guys have, bro. I don't know what they sacrificed, but these dudes, something gonna happen. I think they're gonna win this game. Stuff tends to just bounce their way in these close games. You saw what happened against the Texans, so I think the Saints win by a touchdown. It looks like everybody else picking the Saints. Onyemata's back. Yeah, I think what. Yeah, Onyemata was suspended. When is Rankins coming back? Um, I don't know when Sheldon Rager's gonna be back. I think he's practicing again, but I don't know when he's coming back. Um, it's it is what it is. Andy Clark said that yeah, she hate to be the rep too. They have Taysom Hill. Lucas said the Rams gonna win by 6. King Kelly said Breeze bounces back. Saints by 14. Evan said it's something in the crawfish. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Clark says 3 weeks. Calvin Clark says he'll be back around when he sits. Donald Clark said we might make it a friendship level. The offseason has been good for me. Listen, I always keep it real, bro. But from what I saw from the Rams last week, they won't. If they play like they did last week, they're not gonna beat the Saints. They're just period, like point blank period. They didn't look good. I wasn't impressed with them at all versus the Panthers. I watched that game probably 2 or 3 times on the replay. I wasn't that impressed. Like I said, Jared Goff struggled, and the Saints have a little bit better pass rush than the Panthers, so I expect them to play a little bit better. We'll see what that secondary does. Like I said, they've been Swiss cheese. However, their secondary for the Rams is playing 20 yards off of the Panthers wide receivers. We just didn't take advantage of it. Drew Brees will carve them up if they come out and play in that defense. They're going to have to get in these guys' faces and do what he did. But Alvin Kamara, him and CMC have such similar skill sets. Calvin Griffith's asking, will Kamara go off like CMC did? Probably. Calvin Kamara always plays good against the Rams. You know what I'm saying? So I think this game would be no different. I think the last time they played out there in LA, that's when Alvin Kamara broke that long run. I don't know if it was a run or it was a screen, but he broke that long run on them. So I don't think they'll be able to stop him this one. Michael Thomas, we'll see how he does, man. You know that matchup is going to be crazy on the outside with Peters and him, so it'll be tough. But it is what it is. Evan says McVay can sometimes overthink his calls. He's a genius, but he can overhurt too. I agree. That's actually a great point. Like, sometimes you'd be cursed with knowledge, I guess you want to say. You know what I'm saying? But it's sometimes you get too full of yourself and you make too many adjustments, or you try to be too cute. And that's what happened last year. They did that fake field goal or whatever. You overthink stuff. And sometimes it can, like I said, you can do it. Sometimes you just got to line up and play football and execute. That's what it comes down to at times, but it is what it is. Andy Clark said, yeah, Peters want Michael Thomas. Jared Cook going to be the X factor. Tevin says Thomas will score. He had a great game Monday. I agree. Excuse me. We'll see. 2 more games. So the Sunday night game, Eagles at the Falcons. The Eagles are a 2-point favorite. I know y'all going to go ahead and talk about I know y'all Saints fans hate the Falcons, so y'all go ahead and drop y'all jokes, get y'all punchlines in, you know what I'm saying? But the Philly is a 2-point favorite at Atlanta. I don't think do they have any tickets? Since Carolina plays on Thursday, I might get tickets to go to the game if I can. If I got to come out of pocket, I'm not. But if I can find some free tickets somewhere, I'll go. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't like what I saw from the Eagles last week. I didn't like what I saw from the Falcons last week. The Falcons at home, in the Dome, of course. It's going to be a night game. All eyes on them. Do they choke like they do a lot of times in prime time? I don't know. But I think Atlanta may win this game. I don't like the matchup for them, but I don't like Carson Wentz compared to Matt Ryan. I'll take Matt Ryan in this matchup. I think Julio has a big game. I think that Matt Ryan bounces back, has a big game. I don't know about their defense per se, but if they take care of the ball, they'll be okay. It's going to be tough. That protection is going to be paramount because the Eagles have a great D line, but I think the Falcons get it done. I think it'll be a close game. But it is a tricky game. King Kelly says it's a tricky game. I agree. It is a very tricky game. But it is what it is. Donald Clark says, fly, Eagles fly, Falcons get blasted. Andy Clark said they didn't play good last game at all. Calvin Griffith said not knocking ATL, but they look horrible. Tevin says ATL wins. They're the Sunday night game. It's at 8:20. Donald Clark said no win. Quinn, part-time player, Julio Jones. Julio said, Lucas says Julio. Lucas says Eagles win by 9. King Cal says Alshon Jeffrey. Donald Clark says Fletcher Cox melts ice. You let Alfred walk, so DJ gonna have a repeat. Now that I'm thinking about it, man, I forgot about Fletcher Cox and how bad the Falcons O-line is. They did lose their young guard. Matter of fact, I'm changing my pick. I'm changing my pick. I'm going with the Eagles, guys. I'm going with the Eagles. I forgot how great and monstrous this D-line is. I'm picking the Eagles in this one. I think they heat up Matt Ryan. I wouldn't be surprised if Atlanta wins, but they got to figure out how to stop that pass rush. It's going to be crazy. Evan says Falcons had the best receiving core in the league. Dirty Birds all day. You got to have time to pass, though. You can have a good passing game, but if you don't have time to pass, it's hard to find them good receivers. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Andy Clark's picking the Eagles. Dr. Clark said that all season was good for me. All right, last game, y'all. It's going on 80 minutes. I told y'all I wanted to do an hour. I got caught up. All right. So the Browns at the Jets. Monday Night Football game. The Browns at the Jets. The Browns are only a 3-point favorite. Look, this is a trap. This is not a trap. I mean, don't overthink this. The Browns are gonna win this game. You know what I'm saying? Like the Browns are gonna win this game. I think it'll be by a touchdown. I like the Browns showing who they are. It's gonna be in prime time. It is what it is, but it's I like the Browns. You know what I'm saying? I think Odell has a monster game. Will he wear that watch again? I don't know. He's hard-headed. You know what I'm saying? Andy Clark said if he don't wear the watch, they'll probably win. Donald Clark said Le'Veon. He likes the Jets in this game. I think the Browns going to win this game, man. They bounce back. I think Baker has a good game in prime time. Evan said that Le'Veon's going to have a field day. I just don't see. I don't like Sam Darnold at all, man. I didn't like him coming out. I don't like him now. I just don't think he's a good quarterback. I do like Robbie Anderson. I do like Le'Veon Bell. Anunwa, their other receiver, he's hurt. They did just get Demaryius Thomas. So will Demaryius Thomas play? We'll see. They got him another weapon. I want to see what Demaryius Thomas can do, but I do like the Browns in this game. But I do like the Browns, but I think Baker has a bounce back game. I think they all bounce back. King Kelly says Browns. Andy Clark said if you don't wear the watch, they'll probably win. But Lucas says Browns by 1. King Kelly said he agrees with Devin Sims. Tevin says, I don't like how he looks. He looks weird. You said, he looks weird. Jets, yeah, Sam Darnold is kind of funny looking to me too. I agree. Jets D-line going to make it hard for them, but I don't trust Darnold. Donald Clark said he agrees with Evan about Le'Veon having a field day. Andy Clark said I wouldn't have mind getting Demaryius Thomas in New Orleans. Demaryius Thomas is a good piece. I'm surprised that the Patriots actually traded him to a team in a division. You rarely see that happen, but that just shows the lack of respect that Bill Belichick has for the other teams in the division. Whenever you will trade a good wide receiver to another team in your division, you know they don't have a chance to beat you. That's the ultimate disrespect to me. Like I said, most times people won't trade guys to the division rivals just because they don't want that guy to be a headache for them during the year when they have to guard him. But the fact that they traded him in the division just shows me the lack of respect and that the Patriots have for everybody else. But we know they're going to win this division, so nobody's really tripping on that. But we'll see. Calvin said Demaryius Thomas ain't been a good wide receiver in years. He had a great preseason. He just had he tore his Achilles last year. He got traded too, so he's been on a lot of teams in a few years. So King Kelly said they already have Michael Thomas. They don't need him. But Calvin Griffin said Thomas. And Clark said they could still use another Thomas. Tevin said that Donald is a square L7 weenie. I don't like Donald, bro, but that's funny. Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, man, was that the last game? That was the last game. Kyle is gonna be good this weekend too. I mean, is there any good matchups this weekend? I'm not sure. King Kelly is in the same situation as Brandon Marshall. I can agree. He's getting up there in years. Bring back Geno Smith. Geno Smith said he riding the pine in Seattle, man. He's good where he at. You know what I'm saying? On the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? But the Jets, I don't know. No good matchups in college. Are there any good matchups? I don't know. I know Clemson plays Syracuse. They're hyping that game up, but Clemson's gonna kill Syracuse. Evan says bring back Johnny Football. Johnny Football's done, man. R.I.P. to his football career. But I'm just rambling now, man. It's 10 o'clock. Y'all go to bed. Y'all got school and work tomorrow, man. Y'all get off here, man. So appreciate y'all tuning into the live stream. Y'all know what it is. Every Wednesday, 8:30. I was late. Y'all was late too, so I ain't really tripping on that. But I'll try to do more announcements to let y'all know. I'm trying to get my live stream going. If anybody knows any good setups for live stream, I'm trying to get it on my laptop. That way I can get more comments and stuff showing up on the screen. I can show y'all my screen and stuff like that. I got a MacBook. It's kind of slow, so I don't know if it works like that. Plus, my phone be running out of battery, but whatever. Y'all get a video a thumbs up. It's 12 of y'all, 11 of y'all on here. It's only 7 thumbs up. Y'all give a thumbs up for y'all sign off of here, man. But I appreciate y'all joining in. Donald Clark said, good show. Appreciate it, man. Good luck to y'all Saints fans against the Rams. I hope y'all get y'all revenge. Calvin Griffith said, where do I go to watch the wins against on the weekend? I go to Bucket Shop right in Buckhead across the street from the Lenox Mall. The Panthers, they have a watch party on Sundays. And I'll be there Thursday this week, obviously. But we have a watch party. We have a watch party. We have a watch party every game day, usually about an hour or so before the game. There's a watch party. So I go there. You probably don't want to go there. You ain't going to see our game. You ain't going to see your game. You'll probably see it's going to be all Panthers fans and whatever. But I go on Thursdays. I go to Buckhead Saloon in Buckhead to watch all the games. Most of the Thursdays I'm there. I probably won't be there tomorrow, obviously, because of the Panthers game. But Thursdays I'll go watch the college games and go watch Sunday games. So Calvin Griffin weekend, you got to slide through one Thursday. I'll probably let if you want to hear on the live stream, I'll let you know if I'm going down on Thursday or so. On the night before, obviously, you can catch up, whatever. We can chop it up. Don't be hating on Body Armor, Tevin. Body Armor, we already talked about this. Body Armor is the wave. Catch the wave, man. I'm not sponsored, but they need to because I'm sweating. Y'all see my forehead? I'm sweating. You know what I'm saying? I've been working hard tonight. So I appreciate y'all tuning in, being with me, doing the predictions. You know what I'm saying? Good luck to y'all in y'all fantasy. Good luck to your real teams this Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Donald Clark said only in Atlanta that you can watch other teams. Yeah, I mean, everybody gets their own bar. You know, we got a fan club, but everybody that lives in Atlanta is not from Atlanta. I'm from South Carolina, but I'm a transplant down in the city. That's how most of the city is. That's why there's a lot of Saints fans up here after Hurricane Katrina. That's why the rivalry is so big down here. It's because a lot of those Saints fans left after Katrina. They came up here, and they ain't gone home yet. So that's what type of stuff that happened. That's why it's such a melting pot in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people move here to get a good job and all that stuff for school, but it is what it is. I'm just rambling. So I'm getting up off of here. Y'all already know what it is. Much love, much appreciation. Don Clark said, I'm in Atlanta 30 years. Oh, dang. See, a lot of y'all in Atlanta. Y'all not even Falcons fans. So y'all know how it goes, man. Y'all ever go to an NBA game, especially against like the Cavaliers or something, or the Lakers, it's all LeBron jerseys, and it pisses me off. Because I'm a Hawks fan in basketball, but like it pisses me off the amount of LeBron fans that are everywhere. But it is what it is. But I'm signing off, man. Y'all got me rambling on here. I got some shows to watch tonight. It's 10:15. Y'all have a good week. Much blessings to y'all. See you next time. Peace.